Hey guys, and welcome back to the Infinite Adventures podcast. Now, today's episode is a special episode because previously on Strange Aeons, the group has finally made it to the end of book 1. There were some few losses. One big one was Karagor. But with a new story coming up, or a new chapter opening up for the party, I think it's time for them to make some new friends. And so, in this episode, the party get launched through a new place, a unfamiliar place now. They're no longer in an asylum, but now in a town, Thrushmoor, where hopefully they make a new friend, to replace Karagor. But no one can truly replace Karagor's in our heart. So, one last time, let's give a 2-second moment of silence to Karagor. Okay, that's it. And I just think we should just jump right into it. So, without any further ado, here goes episode 24. Please enjoy. So, welcome back to the Infinite Adventures podcast. How are you guys doing today?
I am excited because we're starting a new book today.
We're in a new city. It's actually kind of nice.
It's a whole new... Well, it's not a whole new world, but you get what I mean.
Some of us are even in new bodies.
You're not here yet.
You're in timeout.
You just haven't found me yet.
You're in timeout. Get out.
Alright.
So, like John said, we are starting a new book. So, today we're playing Second Darkness. It's a new adventure path from Paizo. And it's very fun. Are you guys ready?
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's not part of Strange... That's a different adventure path, isn't it?
Yeah, I said we're going to start a new book today.
David, our show has to continue on the last book. We can't just do a first... Wait, is our show just going to be the first issue of every campaign?
John, I think what we finished up last game was pretty much that module.
Yeah,
No. I understand. It's just that the Pathfinder, the way that they work, is there's 6 books in a campaign, and I was just assuming that David was just going to do book 1 of every campaign.
Well, we already lost the most important character, so I'm like, why continue? Let's just start a new book.
So when we get to the 6th book, first book of some 6th adventure, it's just gonna be all the dead characters.
Oh god.
Oh, isn't that? Oh, what about that one where you have to go to hell, or where you're evil characters and you're trying to like break into heaven?
I don't think that's an actual book. I think you're misinterpreting what the synopsis is saying. But I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's like, it's something hell. I can't remember the actual name of it. No, yeah, okay. We're starting a new book, Strange Aeons Book 2. Which, by the way, the name of the first book is called
Search for Sanity.
Yeah, In Search of Sanity. The second book is titled. Sorry, it's on my computer, so I have to scroll all the way up. Oh wait, okay, I guess so. It's called the Thrushmoor Terror.
I was about to say, was it called the Thrushmoor Terror? Because I do remember that popping up when I Google searched some stuff. Not for the campaign, like, you know what I mean.
Sure.
I wanted to know what the names of the books were. I just wanted to know what the name of the book was.
Okay, and the one thing you told me is like, oh, I'm interested in running this, like, winter one. I was like, okay, can I look up some of the stuff? It's like, I prefer you not to. It's like, can I look up the title? And you were like, well, that might spoil some stuff, so don't.
Oh, God.
But then you do what you told me not to do and look up the titles.
Because, well, this is different.
This is the type of people I play with. people who set rules, but not for themselves.
Double standards, hypocrites, assholes, jerks. Yeah, that sounds about right.
People that don't complete their characters.
Look, that's different. That's not being a jerk. That's being an idiot. Also, I did re-listen to the last episode that was out before we recorded this, and holy shit, I'm so sorry. We were like, it's not just me not remembering shit. So like, I can't like put the blame entirely on myself. But holy shit, we spent so much time on the episode of Broken Promise, the one where yeah, we spent so much time in that room, and I'm just like, the lantern. Me knowing this now, I'm like, motherfucker, the lantern. Because I had re-listened to everything, and you did set that up. I just wasn't in the like paying attention at that moment for whatever reason, and I'm just like, oh right, he did mention all of this.
By the way, you did not call it the Broken Promise. You called it the
Promise kept. Fuck.
Which I thought was not that. That was like my least favorite title.
Well, you also, you gave me like 3 titles, and I just picked one. I'm like, I like this one. I like the way it sounds. Which I didn't re-listen to the episode before I posted it, so I'm like, oh, that probably didn't fit. That's fine. It's whatever. I would have went with Hello Darkness, but that's just me.
That would have been the episode before that one, because that's when I went into the darkness. Which
no,
I guess that would have actually been a good episode. Damn it. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, let's just quit right now. I mean, we already know we're failing at naming these episodes.
We're ahead.
Okay, so before we actually jump into this book, this part 2 of the book, because I know that's what everyone here is waiting for. It's to jump into this new world. You guys are no longer in an asylum or trapped between these stone walls. But I kind of want to revisit the Briarstone Asylum.
Like from
maybe get a little bit of take on some stuff that happened there. Like, what are some little memorable moments ya guys had from the Briarstone Asylum?
All right, so I've already mentioned the room of darkness and whatever. I did actually enjoy Brendan's and Deb's little side story thing that was going on. I felt really invested in that, and I liked where that was going. And then Brendan dies at the end, which felt like a real gut punch. They've listened to the goddamn show, which was really like it really kind of gut punched me, because I'm like, a bit of dramatic irony. Assad doesn't know this, but John does, and Assad, the last thing he told Brendan was the whole, "You're gonna grow up to be big and strong. I hope we cross paths again." And he technically told that to Itza. So I do hope not that they cross paths again. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's up to the tides of fate, I guess, or whatever the saying is.
That is, I guess so. So, what about you, Justin? Any favorite moments you had from the asylum?
I had a few actually. I think one of the memorable moments, but like not the best moments. Where there were like 2 or 3 of them. I think obviously like raising a skeleton from Karagor, that was memorable. But like that shit took all day. I mean that took all day. I mean, sorry for my language.
Oh,
now you're checking your language.
Hold on. Can the record show that I don't think that Justin's ever sweared on this show?
If so, I probably maybe edited it out, like not knowing I did. But probably, I'm gonna make this like the loudest thing that they hear.
No, please stop it.
And then I can just have play on loop.
Can I just say there's some subtle hints that I think that Donovan really wanted Karagor to die, because from episodes that I re-listened to, there are moments where Donovan goes, he mentions his AC is really low. He makes it very clear his AC is low. Like he goes out of his way to remind us.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. That had 2 reasons. The first was making sure you guys know that your healer is squishy.
Okay.
The second
yeah.
was Yeah, trying to be subtle about killing my character. I have trouble getting into a campaign until I've had my first character death.
Oh god, that's like I didn't know that's how that works for you because we workshopped about Gremlin's character arc in Spectrum Files. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't listened to Infinite Canvas, but I guess I kind of already revealed to the ending there, but
yeah, way to go! Spoiler alert them after you spoil it.
Oh god, yeah. Well, that happens also. Donovan is just killing Donovan at the ending of the first part of a campaign is just going to be a staple for us now.
Okay.
I'm good with that. I am so good with that.
And it happened towards the end too. So.
I think another memorable moment, the one that I didn't actually like, was every time we missed an attack on a character that just it wasn't even a boss. Like, I
missed so many attacks.
I think we missed like 10 attacks on like this non-boss character that literally is the weakest one. Like I'm just like, what is going on?
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, there was one moment where Karagor was just flat out, nope, I'm getting out of here, I need out of here. You want to know when that was?
The very beginning?
Nope.
No, isn't it the one with the freaking flying ghoul, or the flying things? I forgot
the
name.
Night Gaunts.
Night Gaunts, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
I mean, I wanted to hit too.
More specifically, his line of thought was, okay, we are not equipped to deal with these, let's get out of here now.
As much as I hate the Night Gaunts, from a player from a character's perspective, I hate all these monsters. But I am curious, what is everybody's favorite monster? Because Night Gaunts, I gotta say they're probably my favorite monster in this campaign so far.
I think I like the Haunt.
Oh.
The one that I got rid of?
Oh, the eyeball haunt? I think, Argus Wall, I think it was called.
That was actually a really memorable moment for me, when I was just like, investigator. And everybody's just like, what?
Oh, what the fuck?
My favorite was the ghouls, because I could take control of them.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was actually really good.
Oh, dude, I already forgot about
David was so annoyed about that.
He
I
was
forgot
so
the name
mad.
of that. I forgot about the dog thing. What was it called again? The Sketzel Frazzle or whatever it was?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah,
Actually, I forgot the name of the creature again. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I thought the dog was gonna last a little bit longer. I wasn't expecting for because in the book it tells me that that creature stays a dog until it finds a moment that it can escape, and it tells me that if at any point the players are losing a battle, it takes advantage and transforms into the creature that's supposed to be. And I was not expecting that to be the thing at the moment. Plus, it also says that it doesn't attack the players until the enemy is wiped out, and then it'll go and attack the players. So I thought he was gonna last all the way to the Zandalis and Tatterman's fight. But then Blue happened, in which he almost died, and then he emerged a lot earlier than what I was thinking he was gonna emerge.
Not gonna lie about that. I kind of did. It was a really bad. Like thinking back, it was a really bad idea to just walk in there. I was just like, no, doggy, I have to save him, and then and then it turned into that. I was like, oh, okay.
So that
I guess
creature,
this is fine.
That creature was always a weird monster. It wasn't transformed into that by the ghouls.
No.
Oh shit.
That came. I guess like the one thing y'all guys never really investigated or bothered to investigate were the different types of creatures you guys were fighting. You guys pretty much just fought the creature and then continue forward. Yeah, didn't really bother much to investigate it. If you did, you would learn that these creatures. I think the Zoog was the only one where y'all like truly investigated, and y'all asked me like, is it like a common thing you see, whatever. But you would have noticed that these creatures they're not typically from here. Something
summoned them.
Well, not summoned. Something was basically letting them cross into our world, or maybe not our world, but just
plane shifting.
Kind of, yeah, in a sense. Like
normally they're in the death plane,
No, some of these come from the dream world, the dreamland. Others others were coming from the shadow plane. I think the soul sliver was one of those. I think it came from the shadow plane. Other creatures just the lizard was one of them. I forgot the name of it.
Accidentally left behind.
Yeah, and the Zoog was also one of them. The Zoog can be
The
found.
one that Karagor was going to eat.
Yeah, the Zoog can be found in Galarian. Normally, they're not typically found there, or it's rare to find one there. They do come from a different they do come from different planes and stuff. So that's like something I didn't really get, but I don't mind sharing it. There's also a lot of stuff y'all missed.
Yeah.
Y'all never explored the full courtyard with the night gaunts.
I'm glad that our characters, survived that at least.
And also the second courtyard, towards the end of the bug. The one where I think John was mad because I wasn't revealing all of it. You missed something there that actually would have been really cool and amazing to do, but I don't want to say because maybe someone wants to play this, and I don't want them to spoil any kind of surprises they find. But I can tell y'all off air, but I won't say it right now. And then me personally, my favorite part was the encounter with Itza.
Oh my god!
And how none of y'all really bothered to question her after Blue, because I think it was Blue who stopped y'all from questioning her. They're like, hey, leave her alone now. And then y'all never went back to it.
Hey, David.
And even though y'all kept suspecting her and kept, saying that, oh, if she talks to me like that again, I'm going to kill her or whatever, y'all never did anything. To just find out that she was playing all of y'all was amazing.
Well, here's the thing, David. If you want to pierce the veil just a little bit, a long time after that all happened, but before we found out that she was a doppelganger, me and you went to go see a live show of another group of Pathfinder players who were also playing this campaign. If you want to regale them very briefly of what their name is, so that we can acknowledge that they also do this, probably, to a degree.
I don't mind. We wouldn't go see the Glass Cannon podcast.
Yeah,
they're one of my most favorite Pathfinder playing podcasts that I've listened to. Right behind the Adventure Zone, which John introduced me to them. Glass Cannon a little bit more. I'm sorry?
You said right behind. That means that you do put the one you were going to say afterwards.
Oh, I misspoke. I meant right behind them is the Adventure Zone. That's what I meant to say. The reason I like the Glass Cannon is because they play D&D the way I like D&D to be played. Have rules, follow, strict guidelines, stuff like that. It's not loosey-goosey. Not that the Adventure Zone is, it's just they have more freedom. They play 5th edition. Come on, that's as loosey-goosey as you can get. We're gonna go watch one of their live shows where they're doing Strange Aeons. And the first thing I told John when we went there, because I already knew this moment was gonna happen, is, hey, there's gonna be a big spoiler here. Trying not to influence the game. And I don't know if he knew what the spoiler was at the moment or what he was thinking. For a minute, I thought he thought it was going to be the coin with an eyeball, because this is something y'all guys missed, is that they're one of the bodies, the body that was being eaten by the ghoul that John started a fight with, you could have found a coin that had an eyeball on it. And it's a functioning eyeball. And I thought, I was like, okay, he's going to think this was a spoiler. Because I didn't think the group was going to get there.
Is that a Lovecraft?
It's an artifact, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know. But I thought the show was going pretty long. I didn't think they were going to get to the Itza reveal. And once they did, I think the DM, who is Troy, started cackling evilly. And then he says that Itza turns into a creature that looks like a double gagger. John hits me on the shoulder and goes, "I got it! I got it! I got it!"
But dude,
Yeah,
I pretty much called that in my head as soon as we saw her, and the fact that there was a spare doctor's coat.
Yes, and I tried to make it as obvious as I could without actually flat out telling y'all, but none of y'all bothered to ask the question, why is there a doctor robe on the floor?
Oh, no. Karagor was pretty suspicious of her from the beginning.
Are we on a boat now?
Well, no, technically I would have already, docked into the pier. Is that the right terminology? I'm gonna say that's the right terminology. What I wanted to say was that I was gonna give you and Dawn a David point for, always being suspicious of Itza. Even though y'all failed. It's like, think of it as a David pity point.
Hey,
Works as a David point.
here's the thing. Karagor doesn't care anymore.
Well, I think those are transferable. Wait, David, if you the DM are like the capital G god of this, does that make like? Oh wait, shit! I realize you're not Catholic. Hey Justin, I need your perspective on this. Would that make like me, you, and Donovan like the saints of this because we have a little bit of power over a specific group of characters?
Really, we're more like straight up members of the hierarchy of angels.
Okay, so like a group higher than saints. I gotcha.
Can I fire y'all? Since I am God. I want to.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
but then you risk a holy war later on.
Yeah, you basically risk us going Lucifer, starting our own new podcast.
and you have to deal with 3 of us.
That's okay. Y'all be playing 5th edition, so no one's gonna listen. So yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Everything else went pretty much the way I thought it was gonna go. Only exception was the death of Karagor. I was really hoping for Assad's death, but
I'm so glad that our minority character didn't die first. So I'm so happy.
This is a D&D. The most minority character did die.
I'm sorry.
You are the least minority character. You're a human.
I meant the perspective of the real world, David. I'm sorry.
Aren't we like all minority characters?
No, John is the only non-minority character. He's a human.
I'm a Kellish.
You have a freaking Snurf gnome, and then you have
We've
a
got a
freaking
Smurf, a quarter demon asshole.
So I think when it comes to minorities, I think John's character Assad fits right in with the norm.
By the way, I know we don't own the rights to the. I think it's for Nephilim are in like Norse mythology, aren't they?
Yes.
I don't know. Oh god, hey, t-shirt idea. It's Zver for nothing.
Smurf Nephilim.
No, you remember like that? It's Nerf for nothing. It's Ver for nothing.
Oh my god.
There's so many shirt ideas I've been thinking that we can do since we started this show. There's the investigator one.
That's still
where
my
it just
like.
I'm an investigator, whatever.
Favorite.
I also had the shirt where it's a cleric who is casting a healing spell on himself, and he goes, "I can't stop touching myself."
Yes.
Oh god.
A lot of good ideas. All of these are trademarks, by the way. So if you take them, steal them, we're suing you.
Wait. I think what we need is a shirt that says "My name is Punch," but I don't actually punch. I hold them in place.
Oh god.
I think it's a little bit too long for a shirt, but I get you. Without any further ado, we've already wasted a good 20 minutes. Let's just jump right into it. Jump into that second book and see which character dies next. So, like I said, last session ended with you guys finally leaving the asylum and making it to Thrushmoor. One thing I am going to change here, mostly because I was trying to somewhat rush to end the session already, last game, that I didn't go into full detail of stuff y'all saw or the stuff like that. So, we're gonna backtrack a little bit. This is before you guys landed or made dock, and so you guys are still on the boat.
Just keep sailing. Just keep sailing.
As you approach Thrushmoor, you see a dark city. It is completely gloomy, cloudy skies. Everything looks super dull. It almost feels just like the asylum, with the exception of a yellow mist surrounding the whole town, village, whatever it is. As you guys are approaching closer and closer to Thrushmoor's pier, you see something very strange, or maybe strange is not the word, but something that catches your eyes. And there's a hill towards the direction you're heading. On the hill is a pillar, a very strange pillar that stretches up about 10 feet. Right behind it is another hill with a similar pillar, reaching again another 10 feet. Right at the end of what looks like the town is a hill that's even bigger than the other two hills. On top of there sits what looks to be a mansion, surrounded by what you see like hedges, like a whole fence of hedges, I guess, or yeah, that's what it's called, right? The bushes that go up really high. It's being used as fencing for this.
I think they're called hedges.
Yes, they're called hedges.
As you and again, as you see that mansion, you both Assad and Nestle feel a weird connection with it. Almost maybe you won't call it home, but it feels like it. As you make dock, like in the last session, Winter tells you that she would like for y'all to join her into speaking with, her higher ups. And you guys, I'm guessing, are gonna say yes to this?
Well, yeah, they're gonna question us about all the spookum magookum, so yeah.
I mean, if they're questioning us, then we're gonna say yeah.
Okay. And so then the whole thing with Ren and Breton takes place. They say their goodbyes, and what happens. Winter, again, asks y'all to please join her. She guides y'all to the building where she is supposed to do her business, or deduct her business here. And she tells you that the building itself is called the Sleepless Agency. Or that's who the building belongs to.
The Sleepless Agency?
Yes. And before she walks y'all in, she tells you, I know you've been through a lot. After this, you are free to leave if you wish. I would like for you to stay and join me. There's housing here. If I know some of you Assad, you look in pretty bad shape. If you would like to visit the church here, the temple, they can probably provide you with a few healing. But whatever happens after this, you are free to do whatever you want. Just, they're gonna ask you questions and try to answer them as truthfully as you can. Don't hide anything. They'll know if you're lying.
I mean, we don't really plan on lying. I don't see what that would benefit us at all.
And so she walks up to the door and knocks on it. It takes a little while for the door to be answered, but when it does, you see a female open the door. She looks human. She greets Winter and goes, "Oh my God, you're back! You've been gone for so long. We thought something happened to you. You weren't gonna come back." It's like, yes, we were stuck at the asylum, but I brought some people in to help us in our investigation. And she looks to the side and sees both you, Assad, and Nestle. And she looks at Winter and says, "Why did you bring them?" They helped me in the asylum. They brought all the survivors out. They're the one that experienced everything. I think they can really help us in our investigation. Those two aren't going to help us in anything. But it's not up to me, I guess. Hurry up and come in.
We hear that, right?
And yes. And so she moves from the door, opening it up wider, and gestures y'all to come in. And as you and Nestle walk in, this lady is giving you the ugliest stare. She almost is disgusted by you two. And as you walk in, she gestures you to sit down at a table. And she tells you that the lady will be in a few minutes. And so we bring you in to a new map.
Oh, this looks nice. So much better than the asylum we've been in. Look, actual wood floor.
It's not covered.
Oh wait,
in
I have to
blood.
get your
Look at that.
characters.
Alright, so we're free to walk around here, I guess?
She gestures you to go sit down at the table down here.
Mm-hmm. I sit at the middle of the table.
As she does, as she gestures you all to sit down, she walks up to Winter again and goes, "Winter, by the way, there is someone here who said she wants to help with the investigation. She says she comes from the Pathfinder Society." And Winter goes, "We never caught anyone from the Pathfinder Society. What is she doing here?" "Again, I don't know. She says she wants to help." He's like, "Fine, bring her out." And then out from one of the doors pops out a character. So, Dawn, what did that character look like?
Ah. I'm here. Okay.
You can just tell that, like, I know Donovan enough that I know he's, like, very giddy. I can see your shitty smile, and you're not even here. Oh.
Oh my god.
Is that your character model, or is that your...
I'm gonna give you this character model for right now.
Oh.
Can we just...
That is not what she looks like.
He said for right
That's
now. Did you just look up alchemists?
Kinda.
Because
I
that's
don't know.
Is that a goat person? That's not what Dawn
That
is.
looks like a goat person.
That's a goat person.
That does not matter what they looks like. The token does not tell you what the person looks like.
Honestly, I thought you were making him the red dressed woman on the right, but that's fine.
No, that's too fancy for him.
What does she look like? Like, what's she supposed to look like?
She's a rather nice looking humanoid, first off. But the first odd thing that you guys would probably notice is her skin. It has bands of really dark, almost black, and almost a yellow. Just basically going up her body.
Is it like her whole body like that, or like bits and pieces?
Her skin.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean bands?
Like stripes?
Yes. Did you guys see the image of a snake I put in Discord a few weeks back?
Yeah, I saw it. Like
Yeah, like that.
It's fine. It's a black and yellow snake. We're sorry we're dissecting your character so much.
Her hair is really messy, but you can tell that it would be straight hair if she ever actually combed it out. So you can't quite tell how long it is because it's just that tangly at the moment.
Oh, shit. I know how to describe that. What's the name of that fucking Doc Ock from Into the Spider-Verse? Like that.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
If either of you were to look closely, you would be able to see that she has a blue eye and a green eye. And that they are slightly slitted, similar to a snake's.
You look like a big snake person, so like, I can only
Yeah,
assume.
she looks like... She looks like a really pretty snake person with red hair. Her clothes are fairly basic, except for the fact that she has an apron on and a bag. No, the apron actually has little burn holes in it.
So she's a big...
No, there's no flour.
You can still burn things.
So she's a
and still be
bad baker. Okay. Winter comes and approaches you. Who are you? What's your business here?
Hi, I'm Anya from the Pathfinders Society. From the Pathfinders. They sent me to check out what's going on, and because it's not exactly every day that a Inquisitor is sent to a place. So we kind of want to know what's going on so that we know if we need to send any of our heavy hitters out to help you guys out.
We've got this taken care of. Accuser Amir has taken up the job. We don't need the Pathfinder Society.
Okay, but we still want to know what happened.
If you're gonna be here, you're not gonna work under me or Accuser Amir. You're free to stay. I'm not gonna kick you out of the town. But you're not working alongside us. Because we have this covered.
Out of character. I've been in this town long enough to know that there were people that had gone to the asylum and hadn't come back.
I mean, I would say I'm third party here, but I would argue, yeah, that would make sense. I'm just saying, but
I would say that your character would have been here probably somewhere during the time maybe Winter left. And yeah, maybe you're here long enough to know that she was not coming back, and she was taking a really long time to come back. But I think Winter and her men would have been the only group you would have seen leave to the asylum and then not come back in a fast manner, I guess. I don't know. In a speedy manner. And you can say that since being in Thrushmoor, you have observed very strange things happening around.
I mean, with all the weird stuff going on, the fact that you guys didn't come back from what should have been like, what, a 1-2 day trip is a little odd. And, well, I don't know why you're so against me helping at all, but I was sent here to get information. If I actually end up being helpful to you guys, hey, all the better.
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Been having a very bad couple of days.
I can understand that. It looks like those two fellas over there have had it pretty rough too.
we give glances of like, no shit.
It's just a little bit rough to have to rely on other people to do your job. If you want to lend your help, that's fine, I guess. We'll see what Accuser Amir, we'll see what she says. But as of right now, if you want to be a part of this, you know what? I'm not going to stop you.
Thank you, miss. I apologize if I seemed a little pushy. I get that way a bit. So is this supposed to be a debriefing or something?
Something like that. If you want, go ahead, take your seat. Give me a few minutes and we'll go over everything that happened. And so
all right.
She gestures you to have a seat, and she walks into the other room, and the lady that let you in, I will say her name is Meg. So I think I didn't mention it, but I'll say that is what she greeted her as. Meg moves down to sit at a desk, and the full time she's sitting on there, she has her eyes on both you, Assad, and Nestle. And like I said, with distaste.
So, did you already say your character's name? Because I know your character's name, but I forgot if you introduced yourself.
She did say that her name is Anya.
Alright, I gotcha. So, for those of you at home who aren't seeing this, Anya has sat down, and there's a table with 6 chairs. In order from left to right, we have Nestle, Assad, and Anya. Damn, I knew you. I already knew you were doing your character for the longest time. I had no idea how to interact with them at all. Yeah, so I'm just kind of dying over here. I think I'm gonna just keep quiet and just kind of like look to my left and just look at Nestle. I just kind of give him like a glance, like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Pathfinder Society? What the fuck? Can I do a knowledge? What would that be? Local for or geography for Pathfinder Society?
I'd say either local or general.
Yeah, I see local.
Knowledge, local. I'm not trained in that. Can I just do?
Nope.
No. Oh, okay.
What other knowledges do you have?
So a straight intelligence check?
And
Wait, he has dungeoneering, right?
yeah, I have engineering. Oh,
Pathfinders are fairly well known for doing dungeoneering stuff.
can I do that?
DM? No, it would have to be local.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, can I
No,
make a
it's
check
DM stuff.
Well, Nestle has all knowledges.
Nestle
Yes.
knows everything.
then?
Bake a cake, I can do that.
I mean, I know the process of making a cake. I don't know how to actually do it.
I'll tell you how to do it, and you do it.
And then you'll do it for me.
Oh god, David, I just realized something.
Mhm.
The Pathfinders are essentially the newspaper.
Alright, I got it.
Oh,
I
here
They
got
I
go
look.
out, find out what's going on in the world, and spread the information.
I honestly thought they were like the Fantasy Justice League, but I guess we're about to find out or not. 15?
Isn't it 15?
Yeah, he rolled inspiration.
Oh, 15? Do you know that the Pathfinder Society is a fairly large group of individuals who go out and any kind of jobs to help around, I guess.
They're the
Okay.
people who notify adventurers of, like, tombs and such
I go
to raid.
I go over to Assad and I whisper in his ear. They're like, mini investigators.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I got it. I honestly thought they were like a Fantasy Justice League or something, but no. Okay. Mini investigators. it is.
Fantasy, justice do not exist in this world.
David, if a league existed of people who provided justice, they would be a Justice League.
Well,
Please stop, John.
you're not completely wrong. Shit,
Although
you got
Assad
me.
wouldn't say a fantasy, clearly he wouldn't. Also, by the way, I did want to clarify, because at some point he did make a reference to Fantasy Hitler. I do want to point out, I probably would have referenced Geb, the Necromancer. So there you go. I did my research.
Okay, so if you're not gonna do anything or have any kind of conversations, then I'll skip forward.
I mean, we're gonna.
Well, Anya knows that these guys are probably going to be covering everything that happened in the asylum anyway, so she's just
Yeah.
waiting and ready with her quill and scroll to write all this down to send to the lodge.
Right. Here's the thing. Like, I honestly think that we would have roleplayed that, but we're going to do it again when they come back in to question us. So, just killing two
Yeah,
birds
so
with one stone there.
Winter walks out and brings out another lady with her. As soon as she walks out, Meg rushes over and whispers something into this new lady's ear. She turns and she looks at both Nestle and Assad and kind of shows a little bit of a smirk, and Winter walks up. Nestle, Assad. Please meet, Lady Sadi. Oh shit, what's her name?
You want to type it in the chat and we'll tell you how to
Just
say
type
it?
it in chat and we can say it.
Oh, Sizadiah.
What?
I typed it to how to pronounce it, and it tells me her name is Sizadiah.
Yeah, okay.
She tells you, Assad, Nestle, meet Lady Sizadiah. She is the head of the Sleepless Agency. And as soon as she says that, Sizadiah stops her and goes, "Oh, Lady Winter, You don't need to introduce me to them. They perfectly know who I am. Don't you, boys?
Nestle, you want to tell her, or should...
Lady Quesadilla, we lost our memories.
We might have met you before, but this is our first time remembering ever meeting you.
Oh, how convenient of that, isn't it?
Can I sense motive on that? Because that sounds really, like...
That sounded really
That sounded
eerie.
super... I'm sorry, but that sounded super villainy.
How is her saying that's so convenient that you've
No,
lost your
it's your
memory?
tone. Oh, that's so
Okay.
convenient, isn't it?
Go for it.
What did I roll? I didn't see it. 13.
Mhm.
What are we doing?
I'm rolling sense motive.
I mean, why not?
She said in like a tone.
You don't sense anything bad coming from her. She does not believe one word you're saying. She truly thinks you guys are lying to her. She thinks you're just bullshitting her. She turns to Winter and goes, Miss Winter, did they not tell you who they were? Or did they tell you this same story of losing their memories? Yeah, that's what they told me. They are sent to the asylum for some reason. They don't know, and they just don't remember ever being at the asylum. So boys, you know you're not gonna trick me. So would you like to tell Winter who you truly are?
Well, when we were in the asylum, we did pick up some documents that had our names. Did we keep that, or can we just say can we? I know that.
It's in the handy haversack.
Did we take that from you?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I tell Nestle to grab the papers and can you grab the papers and hand them to her so that we can...
Yeah, I got it. I take some of the papers out of the handy haversack, or the papers pertaining our documents of us being our entry into the asylum.
Okay.
The admission papers.
Yes,
Okay, and I'm
admission.
guessing you're handing it to her?
Well, I'm putting it on the desk.
Okay, I get you. She takes them, reads over them, and she passes them over to Meg. And Meg just, while she's reading them, she just throws them on the floor and just looks at y'all again with a distasteful look. And she goes, well, things can be faked. The only true thing on that paper was that you were associated with Count Laus. Did you know that, Miss Winters? It's like, I think I remember them saying something. Winter, you know that these two men... Actually, there's one missing, if I'm correct. You know these two men and the missing one are not liked here. So why did you bring them? They probably have some information they would like to share with us with our, current situation we have. They worked for Count Laus. Actually, this one in the middle here almost beat one of my men to death. So why do you think I would want to work with them?
No. I'm terribly sorry about... What, Nestle?
Meg stands up to you. Shut your mouth! You're not being talked to right now. Like, Meg, please. If he wants to say more lies, he can. Please, speak if you want to.
It's fine. Like, I don't know.
What's fine? You beating one of my men almost to death?
No, tell me to quiet down. It's fine. Look, this is all new to me. I don't know what anything that's going on around here is, but it's just Winter. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt people, but I guarantee you I did not I didn't try to hurt anybody.
Anya raises her hand.
Yes.
Okay, from what I understand, this is mostly supposed to be a debriefing of what happened at the asylum. And that's the information I'm here for. Could we possibly get to that? Because if Winter brought these guys here, they're probably important to the debriefing itself. Diplomacy.
Okay,
Oh,
go
fuck.
for it.
An 11.
What's your
Um,
modifier on that? Because that wasn't so hot.
That was two.
Oh.
That was two. Wow.
Look, Anya, correct? You are free to leave if you wish. You may not like the way I do things, and I understand. But see, I am not gonna sit here and talk to these men that I've known to do horrible things for Count Laos, without knowing why they're here first. So, if all you care is about information, you can leave if you want. And, if they make it out of this building, they can tell you anything they want.
I just don't see why you're letting personal feelings get in the way of your job.
And you see her kind of biting her lip a bit. We're here because of Count Laos and everything he has done. He has turned Thrushmoor on its head. I am the only leader in this town. I'm the one who's trying to bring stability, something that Count Laos just threw out the window upon his departure.
I get that, but you're also being incredibly hostile to people who have shown no hostility so far.
She
Because of
slams the
past
table
actions.
and stands up. This man in front of me nearly beat one of my men to death. The third
Yes.
figure, the one who is in here, has done almost far worse. Every person in this town knows who these three are. And I am surprised they weren't beaten to death when they set foot on the pier. So I want questions of why you guys are truly here and what is Count Laos's plans.
Hey, you said that they were at an asylum, right? A place where they study the mind? A place like that would easily be able to modify memories. Especially if there was weird shit going on. Which, considering Winter was gone for a lot longer than what was expected, I'm guessing weird shit happened.
I mean, look, if we're gonna just talk about information of stuff that happened, we and I look at Anya. We killed a demon, I'm pretty sure. I look at Nestle. Was the Tattered Man a demon? Because we know he was a dream, but we don't know if he was an actual like demon or.
I don't think he was a team.
Oh no, but Assad would say he is a demon. He would probably like
Yeah, I guess he would say that, yeah.
What do you call it?
Well,
Generalize.
Anya's not quite done speaking. And besides the fact, if they remembered what they did here, do you really think that they would have come to this building willingly at all?
She stares at you. She is very, very mad and frustrated with you right now.
Yeah, Anya doesn't get that at all.
Like I said, there's the door if you don't like the way I'm doing things. Until I know the truth, everything they say is a lie. I don't care what they experienced at the moment. Not until I know where their allegiance lies. For all I know, Count Laos has sent them here to know what information we have on him. So, like I said, this is my building, my investigation. So how about you sit there and let these two talk?
Long as you let them talk.
Fuck you. And that was not in character.
Oh, yeah, we're not in character.
By the way, have I mentioned that this character is a little bit crazy?
I forgot her name already.
She's just getting annoyed at the flat-out unprofessionalism here.
Quesadilla?
Yeah, there goes Zadiah. Well, that's because you're not looking at it through her eyes.
She's mentally incapable of looking at it through someone else's eyes.
The lack of empathy.
So Zadiah takes a seat, takes a big deep breath. Well, speak.
Alright, we tell her everything that happened.
Lady.
I'm pretty sure
If
that
you want to
Winter's
know.
hearing a lot of this for the first time also, like the blood boils and the...
Well, I mean, I will at least appreciate, like, hey, can you at least give me your little
version of it?
summation of everything?
Summation of everything.
Lady. Let me say this real quick. Lady, you said you were asking us where our allegiances lies. Well, we've just found out that we were betrayed by Count Laos. So, I'm not sure who this man is, but I don't already like him.
My allegiances lie to my family, which I have no memory of. I have vague ideas of what they look like. All I know is that whatever I'm doing it for them. If I did horrible things in order to do so, I apologize for that, and I will suffer whatever consequence your society dictates for it. But the thing is that at this moment, I just want to do whatever it is that can get me home. So, whatever allegiance I have to be on for that, I will gladly be on it for it. But I don't understand. Okay, I'm moving on. Beside my personal stuff, but we woke up in the asylum. We had no idea who we were. I met Nestle here and Karagor. We didn't even know what our names were. We assigned ourselves names, and then later on, as we progressed, we learned who we were from the files that we had handed you. Throughout this whole escapade, we fought what I could only describe as demons from another world. We fought this like skeletal bat monster thing, like this whole swarm of worms, several cultists, a lot of cultists. We originally tried to not kill them, but things kind of got out of hand, and we did kill a lot of cultists. We killed the cult leader. I don't know if you're familiar with Zendalis, but that was him. And then Zendalis is, I guess, the person he was worshipping, the tattered man. This demon with sharp teeth. Do I still have the mace with me?
Yes.
I show her the mace, unless they took it from me. I don't know.
No, they didn't take any weapons from you.
I show her the mace. And the tattered man had this. I don't know if anybody that you know can scan this for magic or whatever, because to be honest, our spellcaster kind of died on us. Karagor, which you say was the worst of us. Which, if what we did is true, I can understand that. Not prejudice towards demon people, but I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at yeah. I'm not prejudiced towards snake people either. I'm just I'm sorry.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check.
18. That's a nat 20, by the way.
Oh, wow. You're really not good at those.
Well, you got an 18 and you got a natural 20.
I don't have a lot of charisma. Do you remember that time that I went into the negative and I almost died?
As you're going through this, you see an expression change in her face. Instead of rage or anger, you see a little bit of confusion. Okay, if that is what you say. If I were to believe this stuff that happened, you've lost your memories, and this tattered man and Zendalis, then answer me this. Why was Count Laos there? last records of his location was visiting the asylum. He did it so often. Why? Why was he so interested in the asylum?
What kind of... Have you met Laos before?
Everyone here knows who Laos is.
And I look at Nestle. And I look back.
Again, Laos is basically... He's the... I wouldn't say ruler. He's the mayor of this town.
Do you mean the count?
Count Laos.
I know he's the count of the town, but I have not personally met him. So I like kind of glance around the room.
Technically, you have personally met him.
Well, David, we can't all... I bounce around, like, looking around, and when I say bounce around, I mean, like, glancing my eyes at everyone, and I go, okay, so, I know that you don't believe us when I say I don't know, I don't remember Count Laos, but maybe, if you remind us what he's like, we can try to figure out what he maybe might have been doing there.
Okay, this is me saying this. What do you mean?
Well, David, John Venegas and Assad Al-Qadir at this moment both do not know what Count Laos is like, personality-wise. If they have all met him before, I would like to know what his personality quirks are. What maybe...
Well, I'm guessing he's a bit of an asshole.
Wait, did you ask met or no? Because met and no is totally different.
What? Okay.
So you said met or no? Because I thought you asked, do you know who he is? Yes, they all know who he is.
Right. My question was know what he's like. I just want to know if they know what he is like, so that we can kind of figure out what his personality was like, and kind of get an idea of maybe why he was there.
If that is what you're asking her, if we know how he's like, you start seeing her like tap her finger a little bit faster, a little bit annoyed with that question you asked. What he thought, how he acted. I wouldn't be here sitting on the other end of this table asking you questions like this. Because I would know what he's up to, wouldn't I?
I mean, I just figured that people were easier to read. I don't know.
Count Laos kept to himself. If you did not already know that.
Oh, you didn't see that, but I gave like that, like a glance of like, no shit.
Well, again, she does not believe you lost your memories.
The reason why Count Laos came to the asylum was to visit Sandalos. He did it very often according to the paperwork that I've handed to you.
Well, wait. I want to make sure knowing what exactly you're handing to her, because what I thought you handed was your paperwork.
Your paperwork. Okay, I'll pull out another paperwork then.
And so what are you handing her now?
Evidence that Laos visited Sandalos, essentially.
Okay, so you heard Dr. What's her face? I forgot her name already. It's like on the tip of my tongue.
Lissandro.
Yeah.
It was Lissandro. Yes.
Dr. Lissandro.
Oh wait, that was in the Lissandro's diary?
Yes.
Oh. Huh. I guess I wrote that somewhere else.
Okay, she starts reading it. It's like, okay. Count Laos was visiting this patient. Why?
Are you asking us why?
I sure do hope Nestle knows why, because I think I figured it out, but maybe the investigator should probably. Assad's not going to pick this together.
Yes,
David.
He asked why. Yes.
Would my character have heard rumors about Count Laos being interested in various occult things that seemed odd?
Oh god, he is Hitler.
Roll a local. Knowledge local.
Oh shit, that was my...
I don't have knowledge local. I have knowledge arcana.
Look, David.
There's no gather information roll.
Oh god. Also, by the way, breaking the fiction for a second, I was reading about Pathfinder and its absolute like nonsense when it comes to the fact that you have to do knowledge trained, but you don't have to do perform trained. Like, what the fuck? Look, I won't know anything about the town that I live in if I don't have knowledge local. But if I pick up a guitar for the first time and roll a 20...
that is totally different. You are free. You are free to make knowledge local check if it's your hometown. When you leave the town and you go somewhere else, you need a point in knowledge local.
Okay, I get what
This
you're saying.
sounds like more
But
of a
still,
gather
the
information
knowledge of
check to me,
anything.
but there is no gather information.
It's a different
Okay,
game, though.
then give me a perception check.
Can you just let him do a knowledge local?
My perception's better anyway.
Per-
Actually, it
Perception
kind of
makes
does
less
make
sense, but
sense
it's
since it's
fine.
both your listen and spot check. It would make sense for it to be your gather information as well. Which, by the way, 22?
I would say you've probably heard rumors during your investigation, at least as you're traveling to Thrushmoor.
But Anya's actually keeping her mouth shut at the moment.
And again, she asks, why was he visiting Zendalis? What was so special about this patient of the asylum?
Well, he was obsessed with the occult.
What exactly was his obsession with it?
I'm not sure.
Do you not know?
Well, he wanted to talk to Zendalis. I know that. Zendalis was a cult leader, and he tried to summon a dream monster. So we could start from there. Maybe he wants to... Well, here's the thing. The asylum itself felt like half of it was kind of like... It felt like being in a weird dream. And when we were dreaming, it felt like we were in like a... Like in a weird... Like kind of reality, but not really reality, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it felt real. So if the real world felt dreamlike and the dream world felt real-like, what if Laos wants dreams and the real world to be the same thing?
Wait, like trying to merge planes
I'm just
or something?
spitballing here. There were a lot of weird monsters in there, yes. Like, maybe those monsters come from different worlds, maybe not the same worlds. So maybe he wants to smash everything together. I don't know.
Why would someone want to smash two worlds together? One that doesn't even sound possible.
But is.
And what is the benefit in it?
I mean, it's an irrational thing, but, you know, we make irrational decisions. There doesn't have to be a reason to why he wants to do what he wants to do. Not everything has a reason, a motive. Sometimes things just are. And you have to deal with that. All we can kind of try to learn from this is... I mean, find out where he's at and try to just detain him and make him not do it again. I mean, that's... He was clearly not there when this was going on. His influence still clearly exceeds himself, but...
So then where is he?
I don't know.
We
that
never
one.
met him. Once.
Blue, you can't.
Wait.
You can't keep saying
yeah.
that because.
Oh, no.
She
I
has
meant
an annoyed
in our
face again.
Yeah, I was about to say. No, look. She's not gonna believe us no matter what we say.
No,
about
I
our
meant
relationship
like
with
while we
Wallace.
were in the asylum.
So-
Okay, whatever.
Oh, well, we clearly met him at some point according to this.
Oh
paper.
no. I meant
So,
when
we
we
can't
woke
deny
up.
that.
Anya's
This is
raising her
evidence
hand.
that
I might have a bit of a fix for the current level of distress now that I think about it.
you can heal me because we
I
our
can't
other guy
do
was a
that.
healer.
However, it is related to what I'm about to suggest. Call on a local priest for a zone of truth.
I like that. I like that a lot so much. I submit to whatever magical stuff you're gonna do to my head.
Careful, something like that might have gotten
Interrogate
you in
me.
this situation.
You know what? It's fine. It's whatever. You know, like at this point, if my family will mourn me, then you know, now that I'm saying this out loud, this is probably a bad
sorry
idea
to interrupt,
too,
Lady
but
Assad, yeah.
I'll still submit to a stone of truth.
Shit. Okay. I like your idea. That would be a good idea. But our current priest has surprisingly gone missing.
Oh god, of course you are.
Now, isn't that quite a coincidence? Hmm?
It's a pretty low-level cleric spell. You don't think you could do it? Somebody?
Who are you asking?
I don't know. This is not. I don't know why I said that with the character voice. He wouldn't know that.
We
It's
don't
pretty
have a
low-
character
It would
voice.
take at least a couple of days for one to get here from the nearest town.
I mean, you look. If you don't trust me, that's fine. You can detain me, keep me under lockdown until we can figure out whatever. If you don't trust me out there, I get it. But
She sits back. Well, all I can do is believe what you say. As of right now, you say you lost your mind somewhere. The moment you saw Count Laos to today, somewhere between there you say you lost your mind, or memories.
that is correct.
You know nothing of Count Laos. Nothing of what he was planning on doing, where he was planning on going. And you don't even remember the actions you've done since being here. You two are free to go. Do whatever you want.
Except for crime, but you know.
Is it you, Zayden, or
Shit!
Assad?
Oh, no, sorry, I don't know why I said that in the character voice. Except for crime, but you know. I'm sorry, I tend to lapse into the character voice sometimes.
That still didn't answer my question.
Oh god, no, that was not him saying that. That was me.
To tell you the truth, I'm more curious of what the people out there will say when they see you. Winter, as of right now, we will not be needing their help right now. I'll use the information they gave me, and we'll come up with our own things. But as of this moment, we are not gonna be associated with them. Winter is a little bit confused. He's like, but ma'am, don't mean to be rude. I don't know these guys, okay? All I've known from them is from the asylum. They've been a very great help. I mean, the third person, the one that's missing, he died, right? He died.
Yeah, it was...
Since he stepped into our area, our safe base, he was nothing but helpful. He healed everyone that needed healing. I mean,
Granted, out of character, that was purely survival.
true, but still, they helped us leave the asylum. We can use their help. I am not gonna be associated with them. Not until I figure out the truth. For 3 years they spent their time causing problems for us. For Count Laos. So I'm sorry if I'm not easily trusting them. And that's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. And so she stands up, gestures to Meg to end the conversation. You're free to go.
Thank you. I mean, I hope that the information we gave was helpful. I guess we'll be on our way out. Winter, thank you for trusting us at least for a minute. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing at this point, because honestly, I don't know what kind of person I am anymore either. Quesadilla, again, I will say, if there's any moral punishment that is required, I mean, I understand completely. I try not to be an animal. I guess that, you know, my actions may not say that, but if we have done anything wrong, I can't speak for Nestle, but if we have done anything wrong, then I understand if something has, like, if I have to serve, I don't know, like, time or something. I don't know what your rules are, but...
Before she walks away, she turns and says, if it was my choice, I'll have both of you arrested right now. But sadly, there's other things I have to take care of. More important things. And by the way, I don't think you're an animal. I think you're a monster. But hey, what do I know? You've lost your memories, right? And she walks into the other room.
So in the group chat, Justin typed in, but hey, that's just a theory.
I didn't want to spoil the moment, so that's why I typed it.
I didn't either. I was gonna say it. I was gonna blurt it out too, but I didn't want him to finish the sentence because I knew it was going somewhere.
Alright, so are
Anya
they...
turns to the two of you. So.
Yeah,
I guess
get
we're
off
leaving,
the
right? Like, it's
chair.
all happening as we're leaving.
Get off the chair.
You get off the chair, huh? I'm just kidding. I didn't know that was
I
your
go over
thing.
into,
Well, I think
Oh, yeah,
Anya
yeah.
wanted to say something.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say we're leaving and we're talking to Anya.
So,
aren't
a little later, I'd like to ask you guys some questions regarding what all happened in the asylum. Winter, if it's okay with you, I can just look over your reports.
I know you're doing a voice for Anya, but I just can't help but imagine, like, 1930s newspaper journalist. So, Winter, do you think I can get a little bit of those reports really quick?
Anya basically shorthands a good bit of information real quick. Thank you.
Pathfinders, gather information is actually a diplomacy check, because knowledge local is information that you already know about the town, and diplomacy is how well you can look around the town, talk to people, and observe things around you. So, for next time, diplomacy check, straight diplomacy check is
why would you say that?
gather information.
No, I know, but why would you say that?
I didn't say that in character.
We're not good at diplomacy checks.
No,
Oh,
but
yeah,
Caragor.
Caragor.
Well, thing is, Anya's not too bad at diplomacy. Yeah, her charisma is a 12, but she has points in the diplomacy. Putting points in there is what really helps.
Gotcha. I just want a really quick question. What is Nestle's diplomacy, or not diplomacy, charisma at?
You don't want to ask.
I do want to ask, I want to know.
It's 8.
You don't want to know?
Is it
Yeah.
really an 8? Oh god, let's see.
I never tried to
Mine
settle.
is a 7. What was Caragor's charisma, out of curiosity?
Let me pull him up real quick.
I think he was the most charismatic person I've
I mean,
no, I'm just because
definitely.
charisma is also your. No, because charisma is also your for whatever
Charisma is
reason, also
mostly your ability to talk to people.
Also, for some weird reason, also how attractive you are. I'm
That's-
just curious of how attractive
That whole
Caragor
thing
is.
is a mistaken layover from
I know.
first edition.
I know. It is,
Caragor's
but it's just
charisma was a
funny.
15.
God damn, he's like a Greek god or something.
He's like a sex magnet.
No, he's just very seductive. It's like if
Oh,
someone
God.
put
So,
Barney Stinson's seductiveness into Zap Brannigan.
Hey, t-shirt idea. It's just a picture of Caragor looking back, and it says, "Caragor wants to see you now." Okay, I'm done. I'm done with my shit.
Anya. Correct.
Yeah.
It might be nice to have other people help us out. I don't know.
Also, someone who's in the
We don't
Pathfinder
don't
Society.
remember everything around here.
Well, I think the first step to that would be figuring out what happened to that priest.
Yeah, that.
Or priestess. I'm not sure which one it was. I kind of forgot already.
and also thank you for joining our party. We need a 3-man group to continue the campaign. Kind of lost a third one.
Hey, David. I had to say
Yes.
it in character, else what if you...
This adventure path requires 4 people, but we're only down to 2. That's gonna make it super difficult for us to complete it.
Quick question, Anya.
Yes.
What do you bring to the party?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this like an interview now? It's like, wait,
Go back and sit
wait, I
down in
want to
the
know what
chair.
she brings to the party here. I don't want just to let anyone join. We need someone specific.
I'm just
Quick
curious.
question. Can you heal people?
That was my first question. Yes.
Not
Quick
yet, but
question.
I'm working
And
on the
second
research for that.
All right. Next question. Can you control your enemies?
Huh?
Caragor
I
can
mean,
last
if you
control
use the
question.
enemies.
right words, you can control anyone, but that's more of a moral quandary, isn't it?
Wait, hold on. Was Caragor just really good at talking to people, or was that magic?
Probably.
That makes him question that, actually. Wait, was that just really good conversation? man, he was really good at like changing people's minds.
Yeah, I did.
But or was that magic?
Well, was that out of character?
No, that was in character.
Well,
You made a
I
question
don't
that.
know this Carador person. I mean,
Sounds
I've
like a
heard
nice
various
guy, but-
rumors, but
It sounds like such a sexy name.
I mean, I've heard various rumors, and he was really good at convincing people to do really horrible things. But for all I know, that could be because he's part demon.
Is Lels part demon? Oh, look at Nestle. Do you think Lels is part demon? Well, he, really good at manipulating people's minds. Make them do things that are
I'm
horrible.
pretty sure that's not what makes a person a demon.
Honestly, there are really two
Ooh.
things that I can bring into your little, I'm guessing, adventuring group.
I mean, I don't know. You're the Pathfinder Society person. You tell me. Are we in the Pathfinder Society?
No, you're not.
No. This is no. I'm asking.
Oh, you're asking her? Can
Yeah.
we join the Pathfinder Society?
No. Are we in it? We don't know what we are. Are we in the Pathfinder Society by any chance?
I'd have to include that as a question in my report, and it would take us about
Alright,
a total of a week to get word back.
Like, what's the turnover on that back in medieval times here?
What's the pay? What's the pay rate? I want to know that.
I'm almost dead right now.
The
Can we
payment
please-
depends on the
I'm so.
varies based on the mission, but I think first things first, we need to get you guys to an inn so you can get some sleep.
Well, here's the thing. You know this town better than we do, somehow.
Somehow.
Even though we've been here for 3 years. We've been here for 3 years, apparently, according to this lady. I don't know anything about
I
this.
thought you missed that.
Oh, no, I paid attention. And
What? First time for everything, I guess.
Attention, not what?
Look, Anya, here's the thing. You've been here, paying attention more than we have. And according to Sedalia, we would probably be killed upon being seen. So, I was hoping maybe you would know a place where we can rest without dying.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and do the diplomacy check to see if I've gathered information enough to know.
I gave you a map. I say you've been here long enough that you probably made your own little map and tells you certain places you can go if you wish to.
Can I just guess
So-
that the Stain is probably not the place we're going to?
These are like the places on your map are like the most well-known places in Thrushmoor. So these are like the first places you would have heard of. You know that. Oh shit! Is it not on this map?
There's a place called New Chapel.
New Chapel is the chapel.
What about Old
It's
Chapel?
church. Old Chapel is the old chapel, the old
Wait.
church.
Hey, question.
It's almost
Where's
like they
the
tell
inn?
you in the name what they are.
Hey, there's a typo on here. There's 2 places here that have the exact same name. How am I going to
Yeah,
tell
that's-
those 2 places apart?
You
The
know
star
those two.
delay. Oh no,
you
I know
those-
what you said. I know what you said.
I swear. Let me just make sure that that is the inn, because I think
almost
the
sounds like a
stain
bar.
is the inn.
To be fair,
What?
sounds-
That's what an inn
Yeah.
is.
It's an inn. It's an inn, tavern, and brothel all rolled up into one.
When you ask for a stain, be careful.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
Now, as far as what I could actually bring to a adventuring group, well, first off,
I'm a level 3 alchemist.
Wait, hold on. Here's the thing. Like in the like to me at least, being part of a society that's specifically about adventuring, and also like dictates these things and like categorizes stuff. You would think that would be a normal thing to say.
well, first off, I'm a journeyman alchemist. My specialty is fireworks and entertainment devices, but I do know how to make the other stuff as well.
So you're a toy maker.
I prefer pyrotechnics specialist, but if that's too big to wrap your tongue around.
Oh no, it's not that it's too big to wrap my tongue around. It's just okay. You were trying to make me to say that.
Oh,
weren't
she
you?
is grinning from ear to ear when he says that.
He says that and doesn't pause because he doesn't realize what that means. But it's one of those things that, like, I knew what you meant, and I know what the words that you're saying are. I just don't like those words. It's not that the words that I say are preferable, but I like to use toy maker because it sounds nicer. It doesn't sound insane.
Well, you said you were an alchemist, correct?
Yes.
I am an investigator. I also dabble a little bit into the alchemist side of things.
Oh, cool. I've actually heard... Actually, I'm going to do a... Wait, what would it be for, knowing what an alchemist is? Knowing what an investigator is? Other than someone who investigates
the character class... the character class itself, like, non-existent. But...
if he tells you that he works in... that he also specializes in alchemy and the alchemical side of science, whatever, then you kind of have an understanding of what he does.
Oh! What all extracts can you make? I'm always on the lookout for new extracts.
I am too.
When we get to the inn, we can,
I'll let you read my diary. You let me read your diary.
Yeah.
We'll have
It's
so
like
much fun.
being-
We'll have a sleepover.
It's like being a friend of, like, two people who both just found out they're in a book club. This is the worst.
Oh man, Assad's gonna feel
Wait a
very
minute,
left out
you guys
here.
are both alchemists. Don't you both have formula books? You literally will be swapping books. Motherfucker.
Yeah, we
We're
are.
in a
Yeah,
book
we
club.
do.
I'm
I
in
mean-
the book club society is what I'm in. Oh.
That's so fun on you, friend. Forget Assad. He doesn't know shit.
I'm primarily a long or mid-range type of fighter.
Oh, that's what. Well, like, what kind of style you go in? I don't know.
Well,
like,
I have
don't.
bombs, I have a crossbow, I have fireworks.
So, like, do you jab people with your fingertips or like kick them really hard?
I throw bombs at them.
Bombs, huh? That's pretty cool.
I
That's
know!
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, don't be too close to my bombs when they go off.
Yeah,
Are
okay.
having this conversation in the building?
No, we already said we were walking as we're doing this.
No, I
Okay.
was going to go
Yeah,
talk
she's
to...
leading them to the inn.
I wanted to
Okay.
talk to what's her name before we left,
Well,
though.
there's one thing I wanted to say before y'all left, and that is, I guess while you're first having this conversation, y'all leaving, Winter does stop both of y'all, or all three of you, I guess. And if the other two stop, Anya's gonna stop as well, and tells them that, hey, I'm sorry how things turned out here. This is no longer the asylum. I don't have much power here. If you are sticking around, which I hope you do, please do not cause any trouble. If what's her name?
Quesadilla? Wait, hold on. What was her name?
Quesadilla?
Cecilia.
Hey,
Quesadilla.
can we call her Quesadilla
Quesadilla.
from now on?
No. Quesadilla. I wish that was intentional, but that wasn't intentional. Oh,
Petition
Christ.
to change the name to
No,
Quesadilla.
absolutely
Oh.
not. I will not refer to her as Quesadilla.
shit.
Sasadaya. Like Jebediah,
If
Sasadaya.
what Cesadaya is saying is true. Again, I don't know you or your past self, so all of that, as of right now, doesn't matter to me. For all I know, you're just two guys that helped me and all the survivors or the people from the asylum escape. If Cesadaya is right in what she said, and the people of the town are really distasteful of y'all, then please try your hardest to stay out of trouble. I mean, if you can, try to help around. Maybe if you do something nice, something helpful, I can change her mind and have ya continue helping us. You're very helpful in the asylum, and I really do wish I could continue working with y'all. So, I'm pretty sure Anya here may know her way around the town. I do believe that you don't have your memories, so she can help you, I guess, guide you through the city. If you need any help, you're free to come back and ask me. I would recommend to probably stay a little bit far away from this building for now, but again, I hope everything can be settled out and we can continue working together.
Well, once Clarence gets back from my report to the Pathfinders Association, I could always send him with questions to you.
That'll be okay, I guess. And she reaches out her arm to shake your hand and tells you that hopefully we'll talk soon. Shake, 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 shake.
Shake, shake,
Winter,
shake, shake.
Winter,
Shake, shake.
thank you
Shake, shake, shake.
for defending us.
I guess continue out. And where are you guys heading?
To the
We're heading to the inn.
Yeah, I'm leading them to the inn.
Okay, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Why do you always go, oh no,
Well-
perception check? That's the worst thing I can do.
Oh
I rolled a
no, I
15.
can't do perception checks.
Ooh, nice, 19.
29?
Ooh, nice,
What the
29.
I rolled 19 on the roll, but
Oh,
I know.
Nice.
Man,
Okay.
you're 2 points higher than me.
As you guys are walking down to the inn, Assad, Nestle, and Anya, you all see a very gloomy sight. Everything is just dark. If depression had a city or a town, this is it. Everyone looks just miserable, sad, scared, even. It's the middle of the day, but you barely see anyone walking outside. You might see like maybe one or two kids running around outside, but they're not in the streets or anything. They're like a few feet away from their homes, almost scared to go any further out. One thing you do notice is that every so often you see a mural on the walls, and again, it's just like every 20 feet you see it. Blue, it looks very familiar to you. And it kind of reminds you of one of the paintings you saw Zandalas draw. It's a picture of a city done in pure black with yellow tendrils coming out of it, almost acting like a mist surrounding it. And again, you see this painted all over the city. They're scattered around, but you see each time you walk down a block, you see it there. And you see people try to wash it off, but it's not coming off. As you are walking closer to the inn, Blue and Anya, you both notice this clearly, is that everyone has their eyes on you. Anya, you know they're not watching you, but they're watching the other two. And just like if it was copied and pasted, their face is the same reaction that Meg had, of just pure disgust when they see Nestle and Assad walking down the street. And Blue, you see that too. You see a old man standing outside what looks like a blacksmith building, just stare at you until you turn the corner, and he's not taking his eyes off of you at all.
I have a question. Are there washing off attempts working at all?
No. As you're getting closer to the end, you start hearing you start to hear someone yell, and it sounds like a male person who's yelling. Are you continuing to walk to the inn? It's coming from that direction.
I'm just curious.
Sure, we'll continue to walk through the inn.
As you do, it starts getting louder and louder, and you start making out a few words, and you hear, "Oh, vanishing! Oh, the witch vanishing!" And if you're walking up closer, you basically see what looks like a homeless man standing outside of the inn. And you see that he's walking up to the people who are walking down the street and starts yelling at them. "The witch is coming! The witch is coming! Oh no, the vanishing is upon us again. She will take us all. She's gonna take us all. Doom is coming! Doom is coming!" And he's running up to kids, yelling it in their faces, walking up to customers from the inn, walking in, and the customers who are trying to go into the building, he's yelling it at their faces. And he just keeps yelling out, "The Briarstone Witch is here! She comes for all! The second vanishing is upon us!"
I, John Venegas, know that the Bag Lady and the Briarstone Witch are not the same person. Nestle, didn't we kill the Briarstone Witch?
We killed the Briarstone Witch?
Yeah, I thought we killed her. Wasn't she she summoned a bunch of, cultists to try to attack us? I thought we killed her.
That was the Briarstone Witch? That was the Bag Lady, I thought.
Oh, I thought they were the same person.
They're not the same person.
Holy shit. Oh, I thought we were...
By the way, out of character, Karagor did explain that this happened around the year 4000.
Okay, yeah, it happened in the year 4000. Wait, I have a note that says Count Laos called the church to do an exorcism in 4584. So, yeah, that was the first.
Yeah, the Briarstone Witch was blamed for
Being a witch?
a lot of deaths for the original, what was originally a fort. A lot of people blamed a witch that no one knew actually existed at the time for all of those deaths.
That was at 4050, right?
4854. 4584.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, here's the thing. Bit of a prediction here. The Briarstone Witch is a good person who's been blamed for doing bad things just like us. Even though we did actually do those bad things.
Are you saying this out of character?
Out of character.
Answer is yes, I do believe in that. I believe that's true.
Okay, just double checking that we're all on the same page here. But we could also have a repeat of we trust it's a thing. So
That could
Let's
happen.
also remember that the witch was named Ariadna, and a town founder named Mother Zendalis confronted Ariadna about the tattered man.
So is Zendalis like Doctor Who? Does it just...
No.
Whenever
You-
Zendalis
Zendalis
dies...
is
Different spelling.
But, I mean, as of right now, the only thing you really know about the Briarstone Witch is that supposedly she is responsible, that, according to legend, she is responsible for all the accidents that were happening in the Briarstone Island. Because they were saying, at first that was supposed to be a fort, but there was a lot of death happening, and they blamed it on a curse, but they later assumed that it wasn't a curse, it was really the Briarstone Witch doing the killings. And they said that it wasn't just her; she had assistance with a servant of hers, which is the Tattered Man. Also said that she, the reason she was there is because she was one of the founders of Thrushmoor, and the reason she was killing people was because of basically she was trying to get revenge on the city because it was the people that turned on her because during the time she was the leader of Thrushmoor, it is said that a Pharasman Inquisitor came to basically judge the city for the stuff they've been doing, because everyone was following the law of the Briarstone Witch, which was totally the opposite of what Pharasma stood for, or their beliefs, and so that caused a split in the city, with many people still wanting to follow the Briarstone Witch, and the other half who wanted to go back to the ways things were under the protection and the leadership of Pharasma. No one knows exactly what happened, but when someone went to go investigate the city, and it seemed like everyone had vanished. And according to the books I read, that day was forever known as the Great Thrushmoor Vanishing.
Oh, the Great. I didn't write that part.
Yeah.
I wrote...
Or I think it was
Vanishing.
just known as the Thrushmoor Vanishing. I don't know if they actually put the Great
I think it was just
Thrushmoor.
Thrushmoor Vanishing. That's what I
But
wrote down.
yeah. And everyone in the city just completely vanished. There was no trace of life anywhere. And then it took about a few hundred years for Thrushmoor to be repopulated, and then that's when the whole incident started happening with them trying to make Briarstone Island a fort. People were dying. They did an exorcism on it. They later just built an asylum on there, and then all the way up till now. And now you have this man, this decrepit, old, homeless man, standing in the middle of the street in front of the Stain, which is the inn you're trying to go to, yelling at all the citizens in this town, or the people walking next to him, that no, the Great Vanishing is coming again. The witch is here again. She's come to take us all. Doomsday is coming. The second vanishing is upon us. And if you walk near him or walk past him, he reeks. It might not be as bad as what you smelled in the asylum, but he reeks.
I'm pretty sure we're fine with anything at this point, because what happened?
Well, I mean, yeah.
We've been desensitized. So Anya might see this as like a disgusting old, fart, but like...
Wait, hold on. Real quick
Oh
question.
no.
Don't
Yeah.
we stink?
Holy shit, we haven't bathed yet.
Probably. I mean, I guess you're in the same boat.
Well, we're
We
not in
probably
the same boat
stink worse.
anymore. We were on the boat earlier, now we're not.
I would say maybe you wash yourself with seawater, so y'all
Oh,
might
you
be
know what?
clean,
No.
but y'all might be a little bit crusty with all that, like, salt
Salt.
water and
That's
stuff.
probably a bad idea. Just wash yourself with salt
And
water.
that doesn't exactly smell the best either.
But it smells better
True,
than shit.
but- True as
It smells
well.
like CP.
Also, where did we... Like, this is a weird question, but like, where would we have used the restroom?
Oh,
Just
off the
check it
bow
out.
of the ship. That's how that
No,
works.
I meant in the asylum.
In a
Just-
corner.
Yeah, squat down in the corner.
Oh god, we sleep in the corners.
Well, we just
Anyway,
find some random bucket, and it's
You have the map open, right?
Anya's going to cut off a
Yeah, we're
small
on the
piece
map.
of her bar of soap, hand it to the guy, and just... Okay, I know you have an important message, hon, but if you take a bath, people might be more willing to listen.
There's no time for bath. Not when the world is ending. Doom is coming. Who cares how good you smell?
Doom is always coming, honey.
Oh
He
god.
starts coughing in your face. Doom, the witch is here for all of us.
So, I'm just going to have her do a sleight of hand roll to slip this thing into his pocket.
So, I know what Anya's stance is on convention goers now.
As you try to slip something into his pocket, he pushes you aside. He's like, you follow her. You're trying to stop me from spreading the word. Doom is coming. She's stopping me from spreading the word.
I say,
As she
Hey,
walks up
Doom
to
is
Nestle.
always coming.
I say, the only thing that she's trying to stop you from doing is spreading that.
How about you take a bath in the lake? It's better than nothing. That's an NPC.
Hey, thank you for helping me with NPCs.
I can totally see an NPC doing that.
He just pushes Nestle aside and goes like, "You all are her servants. You are helping her bring doom to our world.
No, hon, I
Doom
serve
is
Calistria.
coming. Doom is coming."
Hey, David, when Assad
Yes.
dies, can I play this guy? He will have no character class, he'll just be an expert in whatever the fuck he's doing.
So I'm guessing this guy has been going on like this for a while.
Yes.
So she probably knows about him.
Yes.
And this is probably not her first attempt to get him to take a bath.
Yes.
Can Anya know his name?
No, she just calls him Bob.
Oh god.
Well, he does have a name if you want to bother to know it.
I don't think Anya cares.
Why is his name Bother?
No, she probably knows his name. She just calls him Bob.
His name is Namestead.
So this
Everybody
guy has wandered off by this point.
No, he's still in front of the inn. He's just probably walking like in a circle.
His name is
He has
Nasman.
he has a sign on it that says "Truther." It just Doom is coming.
Oh god, he's one of them. Is he an anti-vaxxer also?
Yeah, on the back it says totally anti-vax. 9/11 was a conspiracy theory. We never landed on the moon. The flag was waving.
The world is flat.
The world is a donut.
Oh god.
We're the center of the universe, or the planet of the solar system. All those good stuff.
This is true. This is the center of the entire plane system. Oh god.
I just kind of motion for the guys to continue following me and
Yeah.
head into the inn.
Yeah, I hold my
Seems
breath
nice.
while going past him.
That's El Greer. He hasn't attacked anyone yet. I just
hold
call
on.
him Bob.
What do you mean? Yeah, he seemed like he's like no. That's not even like sarcasm or anything. I don't think that he's doing anything particularly wrong. Just letting out his personal views, even though they're deflammatory. Defamatory? I think. I don't know. I feel like Assad knows a little bit about the Briarstone Witch too, don't they? Oh wait, I just assumed that they were the same person. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't. He doesn't know the knowledge that I have. I forgot. I don't say the last thing he said.
Yeah, guys. Okay, so y'all leave him alone. Y'all let him do his thing.
Yeah, he can scream at all the people he wants. Just don't come near me.
Scream at everyone he wants. Hey, the flag was waving. Everything. Okay, that's all good. And y'all walk into the inn.
Dirty looks. Here we go.
As soon as you do, you see that there is almost no one in this inn.
Nice.
It is almost completely empty.
Free room.
And there is no one at the front doors, but there is a bell.
I don't want to ring the bell. I already know this.
I'm
place is
guessing
trying to kill
Anya's
me.
been here for a little while.
Yes.
Oh god, you're gonna have to roleplay all these characters like, oh hello Anya, how you doing? Or oh god Anya, how are you doing? Yeah, you take your pick, David.
I mean, she's known for being kind of crazy, but at least she keeps her crazy away from people.
You hear the guy outside.
Ring the bell.
Oh, damn it. Since we're playing your character as they actually know the people in here, I have to look up what the name of the person that works here is.
You could
Or
always
you could
make
just make a name.
yeah, you could always
I wanna
make it like a different
name.
person.
I wanna go with whatever's on here.
Steve.
My name is
Fancy.
Steve Goku.
What?
There's a guy from UTA that we know who we call Steve Goku.
Oh my god.
He refused to tell us his real name because he doesn't like people knowing it for whatever reason. Oh, it's probably so that people like us can't broadcast it to the world.
That is very smart. I should do that more often. Just give them a fake name in case someone I know ever decides to do a podcast to talk shit about me.
What's your name? Sniff Devlin.
Sniff Devlin. My name is Brock Ketchum.
Brock Ketchum. My name is Zap Brannigan. Like, isn't that a character from Futurama? Oh, you caught on.
You ring the bell, and Karagor, I'm gonna send you the name of the person.
It's not gonna be helpful if you send it to Karagor. I will tell you that.
Shut the front door.
It's kind of hard to talk to a dead person when he's not around.
You ring the bell. Pops out the owner of the tavern. He goes like, "Oh, Anya, nice to see you again. Coming back for another stay?"
Yeah, I'm going to be adding these two to my bill. Pathfinder business, you know how that goes.
Oh yeah. No problem. Let me just get my book here and just how many rooms are we getting today?
You guys good with sharing a room?
I mean, I'm cool with sharing a room with Nestle. We've literally
We've literally
shit.
been in the same room for.
It'd be really nice to actually sleep for once without having to keep guard. I will tell you that.
Yeah, 2 rooms is fine.
2 rooms, okay. Be on. And then she looks up to hand you the keys and stops. She freezes. And she goes, "Get out.
Oh my god.
Get the hell out of my inn." As she points at Assad.
Okay.
"Get out. You're not welcome here. Get out and don't come back." And if you're gonna wonder why, then you can ask her tomorrow or whenever we do this again. So until next time, guys.
I'm not having fun right now. I will tell you that. This is.
I am having so much fun being snarky.